Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel where I review books and talk shit about them so that you know which book to read and which book to not. I'm James Ngo, your host as always, and today I will be reviewing a book called 3 Days of Happiness by Suguru Miyake. I think I pronounced that correctly. And this book has been requested by so many viewers. Alright, let's get into it, shall we? Roll the intro! The name of the book, of course, is 3 Days of Happiness. It was written by author Suguru Miyake, who is a Japanese author, and in terms of publication date, the novel was published way back in 2013, I believe, and then it was recently translated into English and then released in North American markets by Yen Press in October of 2020. Now, the novel has also received a manga adaptation, which was what originally brought me to this very interesting story, and it's also received a lot of great reviews online as well. And for someone who wants a quick read, this is a relatively short novel with only 180 pages and 15 chapters. About the story, it's centered around the remaining life of Kunosuke, a 19-year-old college student who sold his pointless lifespan for 300,000 yen, or 3,000 United States dollars for context, which was abysmally lower than the usual standards. And as a policy of the company, in the last 3 months and 3 days of his life, he was accompanied by Miyagi, a mysterious girl whose job was to monitor him. And as they slowly fell in love, the remaining months was a journey of true happiness and what makes time valuable. Reason number 1. I really like this book because of the theme, the subject material, and the concept that was involved. The theme of the story is revolved around the question, how much is life truly worth? If a price tag were to be attached to one's lifespan, it would actually fluctuate a lot, and one's value fluctuates very easily because, well, destiny is not something that's already planned out ahead, but something that can be changed by oneself, by their actions at present. And the book ultimately changed my way of viewing the world completely. And it also made me value my current life and time and happiness even more. Number 2, language usage. The language that was used was very concise. It was just enough to make it approachable for young audiences, but it's also just enough for the scenes and the beautiful imagery to appear in my head. Sceneries such as the starry sky near the lake where they laid down and talked about things, the vending machines, the old bookstores, the library, the rundown building where the lifespan was sold, the sparkling firework. I also loved how there was a connection and the repetition of a quote across the story. At the beginning, when the concept of the story was introduced, the quote was there. It was also in the middle of the story where the climax was building up. It was also at the end of the story, and it marked the final development of characters. Number 3, I really liked the character development. The main characters, notably Kunosuke and Miyagi, they went from being empty shells of boringness to becoming happy and cheerful, from being far apart, torn down by the vague memories of the past and faint ideas about the pointless future. The two ultimately found happiness, valued their time even more, and even fell in love. The romantic development was subtle but still noticeable, and as the events occurred, with beautiful sceneries, the two started to find a meaning in life. And the best part is that at the end of the story, they both lived a life that they won't regret. Alright, in conclusion, I rate this book a 10.5 out of 10. an extra 0.5 for making me cry reading it. I swear, I cried. And I think that you really should read the book. I highly recommend it. And if you're especially interested in philosophical topics such as the value of life, with a bit of a tender and sweet romance sprinkled on top, this is the book for you. And if you want more action or are interested in a more exploding and satisfying climax, or just any book with a faster pace, then I highly advise against you reading it. Well, this is the end of the video. If you've liked it, please hit that like button, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you again in the next video. Have a nice day. Bye.